episode number 30 of the BK Lounge, the biggest podcast in the world. I just got off, I just came back from war. Bumblebee war. Now let me bring you back to the beginning. I was sitting here, watching some memes, and I hear like, it wasn't like a normal buzz, it was like almost like just you could feel like a vibration, just something was almost lawnmower-ish, but like it was definitely in my house, but I was like, I can't see anything. Usually like we're pretty good as humans at seeing like quick movement, but I couldn't see shit. I was like, what is going on? What is going on around here? And so I was really I forgot about it for a little bit, like 30 seconds, and then it started up again, and eventually I did one of those like old-fashioned movie look downs, and there's something there, and there was something there. It was a big furry bee, and I mean, I jolted. I didn't like panic because I didn't want to scare the bee that much that it like attacked me, and also I didn't want to kill it because they're important, but also I might have just done something bad to the environment, but we'll talk about that later. Now, with this bee, okay, I didn't want to kill it, so I was letting it rock for a little bit, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna open the door. Maybe it'll just sashay its way out of the house, and it was not doing that. One time it went to the window. Oh wait, it went to the window after the first attempt to relocate it. Now this went sour. Actually, I'm gonna throw this cup out because what I had a little solo cup and a piece of paper that was right around me. The problem with that is, first off, this man, female, whatever, was husky, big old furry bee. Shit squat 320 at least. Now that I put the cup down, slid the piece of paper underneath it, and I knew it was gonna be a problem. So I tried folding against the cup, but I left one little spot open, and it made a spout. And I was like 5 feet away from the door, and it just shot out, went right for a window. I don't know why they can't tell the difference between like a freedom and a window. Although my window right here is pretty big, so that I kind of get it, but they're fucking retarded. But you think they could smell something this way and not glass this way. But I've also never been a bumblebee, so I don't know. All right. I tried moving it, and it just didn't work, and it started hiding. I was like, oh fuck, I have a pet bee now. And I started thinking of names. I think I was gonna go with Autobot. I think that was gonna be and then AB for short, AB the bumblebee. And that I was just gonna rock with that. I was like, well, I have a pet bee now. Cool, whatever. I'll get a leash. But then I had received this theory that maybe it was pregnant. Maybe Autobot was a auto bitch. You like what I did there? A pregnant ass bee. And then I was like, oh boy, this is. Es grande problema. Es un grande problema. Es un problema grande. That's actually more correct. Es un problema grande. See. Now, I was like, oh fuck. Well, now I can't even take the chance. I gotta kill it. Gotta stomp this fucker out. I gotta kill it. So, but it wasn't shown for a little while, so I was just waiting, and eventually, it showed up, but it went right underneath a wardrobe, So I was like, all right, well, I know where it is. And I didn't know if I should, like, put like a golf club under there and fish it out or something like that. But I didn't. I took some disinfectant and I just nuked it. I absolutely put Agent Orange all up in its system, and it came out all fucked up. It was like it was on Bourbon Street. And it went right for a window again, but it was all dizzy and shit. You could smell the disinfectant in the air because it was carrying it. And the door was open and it flew out, so who knows what's happening to it, but I'm not opening my door for another 100 years. That's it. Me and nature, we're cutting ties. Alright. Cool. That's my story. For now. Alright. Time for some news? I think it's time for some news. Relocated in MI. Schoolhouse Rock performer dies. That sucks. Matt Lauer's in bad shape amid divorce. Oh, fuck. What does that mean? What? I mean, he fucked up, right? This is from E.T. I forget what that stands for. Matt Lauer, quote, Matt Lauer's having a tough time as divorce proceedings from wife Annette Roque, cool name, continue, a source tells E.T. A 60-year-old former Today Show anchor has currently been living a very private life in the Hamptons. He's 60. Good for him, Jesus Christ. In New York since being abruptly fired from NBC morning show last November due to inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. He also put up his lavish 11-bedroom Manhattan apartment for sale earlier this month. Matt cut himself off from life he knew in Manhattan and has remained, for the most part, isolated. The source tells ET. He looks exhausted. Matt is finally coming to terms with the reality that his marriage is over and he is in bad shape. He feels he lost everything important in his life overnight. He is embarrassed and ashamed. There is no chance at this point they work things out, says the source adds, of his relationship with Roque. Matt held on to the idea that Annette might eventually forgive him because she had always stuck by him, but now he has no hope. Roque has already met with attorneys in divorce proceedings, and moving forward, the two share 3 children together, Jack, Romy, and Thish. This fucking name, it's an 11-year-old. It's being bullied by this name. Thijs. What is that? What is that name? They're settling all the details. The source says Annette's friends don't feel the split was overnight. It has been building for years. The truth has finally surfaced. They barely ever speak to each other anymore, and only recently tried to constructively discuss the divorce settlement. The source says the former couple talked 2 weeks ago to try to negotiate some of their details on their own. Annette is angry, the source says. She feels Matt's behavior has affected a lot of the people and has embarrassed the whole family. The Lauer name. It's pretty fucked. Annette plans to receive a very good settlement in the divorce. The source says she claims she wants to make sure she and the children will always be well taken care of. As for Lauer, the source says he is remorseful. Matt feels terrible and regrets his behavior, but his regret isn't enough right now. The source says it feels all the doors have closed for him. Alright, well, he's fucked up. That's pretty much, you get the idea. Cosby jury to decide. Serial rapist or con artist Mark. Serial killer Todd Colehep out of protective custody, officials say. One of South Carolina's beautiful state, the most notorious killers is no longer in protective custody, according to Department of Corrections officials. DOC spokesman Jeffrey Talon said Monday that Todd Kohlhepp, 47, is no longer in protective custody, but he did not clarify when Kohlhepp was put in the general prison population. Kohlhepp pleaded guilty to 7 counts of murder, 4 counts of possession of a weapon during a violent crime, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences plus an additional 60 years in prison. Kohlhepp confessed that he killed Beverly Guy, Scott Ponder, Brian Lucas, and Chris Sherbert in November 2003 at Superbike Motorsports. God damn, that was one place? That one paragraph, I read it like it was some popcorn reading. So he's fucked up. Confession to the Superbike Motorsports killing after investigators found Kyla Brown, a woman who had been reported missing on November 4th, 2017, chained inside a storage container on Kohlhepp's property in rural Woodruff. She had been reported missing for 2 months before. In that days that followed, authorities also found the bodies of Brown's boyfriend, Charlie Carver, and Megan and Johnny Coxey buried on Kohlhepp's property. God damn. That's bad. That's bad news. Ooh, boring. Murder, boring. She told me, shawty, this way I stay. Police used dead man's finger to try unlock the phone. See, that's why my regular fingerprints are not my prints. I don't really use the unlock, and I have a long password. That's the only reason I have that. I'm not letting the police or the government sneak into my phone like that, even though the actual government, they could just hop on in. Alright. A dead man tell no tales. And in one controversial Florida case, neither did a dead man's fingers. Police officers in the city of Largo tried to gain access to the cell phone of late Linus Phillip by pressing his digits against the fingerprint sensor. They failed, but the move outraged his fiancée. Hell yeah. I just feel so disrespected and violated. Although it is legal. I don't know about dead people. Oh shit. Phillip, 30, was shot and killed on March 23rd after he tried to flee a Largo police officer who smelled marijuana wafting from his car and was trying to search him. His body was released to his loved ones at some point before March 26th when 2 Largo detectives showed up at the Sylvan Abbey funeral home in Clearwater, Florida, with Phillip's phone, said Lieutenant Randall Cheney of the Largo Police Department. Cheney told the Tampa Times that police wanted to access and preserve data on the phone to aid in the investigation into Phillip's death and a separate inquiry into a drug case involving Phillip. This was witnessed by workers at the funeral home. Phillip's family attorney, John Trevena, said on the family's GoFundMe page, Trevena has filed complaints against the detectives who gave Armstrong their business cards while at the funeral home. Trevena said they are considering suing the city of Largo for unwarranted search and seizure of obtaining illegal access to the body after it left police custody. Charles Rose, a professor at Stetson University College of Law in Gulfport, Florida, said Phillip's loved ones may not have a legal leg to stand on. Yeah, I don't think they do. Because it is legal for a cop to use a finger. Although I just don't know about postmortem. Oh, here it is. Warrants are designed to protect citizens against unreasonable searches under the Fourth Amendment. Rose said in an email to NBC News, given that the owner of the phone is dead, he no longer has a privacy right to assert under the Fourth Amendment. It's an open question. Okay, so I'm cutting some of that out. But, so it's an open question. That's actually interesting. That's probably a big legal question that could not shape America, but could definitely push us one way or another. For sure. Interesting. Alright. Cool. Good times. Bad times. R.I.P. Over some bud. What the fuck is going on in Canada? Literally back to back. Fake nuclear attack alerts sparked Canadian city panic. The next thing, first Toronto attack victim identified. It's like, there's just so much violence. Like, why? I don't get why people can't chill out a little more. Just chill. Chill out. And it's crazy. Wow, what a fucking power move. Listen to this.
What are you doing for the next hour or two?
I'm doing the podcast right now.
Oh. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Why?
Nothing. There's this really, really fucking cool retro store that I found because I'm getting this like PS2. I'm getting WWE show you around.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a really cool retro store. It's like 20 minutes away or 25 minutes away or some shit like that.
What's it called?
It's like Unbox or something like that. But I looked it up. I was trying to find this game, dude. It looks fucking dope, dude. Like something different. It has all these old school games like Genesis, like has Xbox games, all this stuff, dude. And it's got a bunch of arcade machines there.
You don't have them on your Raspberry thing?
No, I don't know, like not for PS2. But
yeah.
It's like a store though. But I was gonna ask
Yeah.
if you and Corbin wanted to go with, and just have like a tiny road trip. It's only a half hour away or something like that, within a half hour.
Yeah.
But it looks fucking
Yeah.
worth it. Like it looks so fucking cool.
Maybe like, cause you're going.
Yeah, I wanted to see if
so
Corbin wanted to go.
I mean, I'll go if it's cool, if like you co-sign, you know what I mean? Like if you think it's cool, I'll go some other time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna go. I didn't know if you wanted to go, like, because I was about to ask Corbin like right now. So I'm off today. I don't get off a day a week now. So it's like only a few times I can go.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Let me know if it's cool or not.
Gotcha.
Was not ready for that. President Donald Trump brushed what he said was dandruff off from the shoulder of French President Emmanuel Macron on Tuesday in the White House Oval Office. That is so baller. And listen to this next quote. We have a very special relationship. In fact, I'll get that little piece of dandruff off. Trump declared to reporters as the two leaders posed for photos before a meeting, "We have to make him perfect. He is perfect," added Trump, flicking his fingers across Macron's dark-suited shoulder. It's unclear whether anything actually was on Macron's shoulder. It says Macron chuckled awkwardly during the exchange, taking the moment in stride. That's so dominant. So, what is going on in politics? He's such an animal. George H.W. Bush hospitalized with an infection. I'm listening. You know what I hate when you click on a link or something and it starts you at the bottom of the page? Also, I don't know if I talked about this before. When you go to click something and either a pop-up will happen right before you click or the actual website will change. Like a picture will be up top and then it's like even farther below or even higher up. You know what I mean? Like, why? I don't get that misdirect. Like, why can't it just be loaded to what it is? Or at least give me a time. Like, all right, this page will be ready in 3, 2, 1, and then it resets. And then, but it shows it. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting. Former President George H.W. Bush has been hospitalized in Houston with an infection just after attending the funeral of his wife, Barbara. Well, yeah, he probably doesn't have much to live for right now. Jim McGrath said Monday on Twitter that the 93-year-old Bush is responding to treatments and appears to be recovering. He was admitted Sunday morning to Houston Methodist Hospital after an infection spread into his blood. God damn. Barbara Bush was laid to rest Saturday, RP, in a ceremony attended to by her husband and former presidents Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, well, that's her son, and their wives, along with current First Lady Melania Trump. Mrs. Bush was 92. She and her husband had been married 73 years, the longest presidential marriage in U.S. history. That's impressive. George H.W. Bush uses a wheelchair and an electric scooter for mobility after developing a form of Parkinson's disease, and he has needed hospital treatment several times in recent years for respiratory problems. He attended the funeral wearing a pair of knitted socks decorated in blue, red, and yellow books, a tribute to his late wife's work promoting literacy. McGrath wouldn't elaborate Monday night on the specifics of Bush's condition, saying additional updates would be issued as events warrant. But he said the 41st president was eager to get well so he can get to his summer home in, Kennebunkport, Maine. Kennebunkport, Maine. That's fun. I look back on the president's life. Oh, wow. I don't know why I'm reading that. Disappointed. Well, that sucks. Hope he gets better. What else we got? Anything? Oh, yeah. Another source. Fletcher Cox. What's going on with Fletcher Cox? Fletcher Cox Road. That's pretty cool. Jason Kelsey. What's going on with him now? He was slightly emotional talking about how his epic speech came to be. He said he got home after the Vikings and it hit him while he was in the shower. He thought about all he had overcome and then realized it wasn't just him. Oh, he got married too. Okay. Well, good for both of them. Help a university change its mascot to Shreks. Oh my god. The University of Toledo has a proposition. 500,000 retweets and they'll adopt Shrek as their mascot. It's clear how official this stunt is, but it doesn't hurt to believe. Oh. I'm retweeting. If this gets 500,000 retweets, we'll change our mascot to Shrek. This guy, at Mike Fail, he tweeted, "Will you rename all the stadiums the Swamp so the crowd can chant, 'Get out of our swamp! Get out of my swamp!' at the opposing team?" That's beast. I like Rocky the Rocket, though. It is what it is. That's fun. Alright, well. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get these songs prepared, and then we're just gonna wrap it up. You know what I mean? Nice and easy, quick podcast, get some info out, tell a little story. Good times. Good times. Alright, I'll be right back, but you won't ever know. You'll never know I'm gone. Or will you? It's a good question, right? Seamless. Alright, here it is. The best part of the show. The songs. 5 more songs. 4 you. 3 2 1. Bliss. John Legend, Teyana Taylor, off of Good Music. A pretty good song. It's a jam. I like it a lot. Number 2, it's a banger. One of the first bangers ever. Don't Like, Chief Keef. Come on. I didn't know what Sosa was. I didn't know what any of that junk was. But you know what? Changed everybody's life. That song changed everyone's life. That's hilarious. Banger. Number 3, we got a jam. Tiny Dancer, Elton John. Just listen to it. It's a jam. Number 4, we got another banger on our hands. Burn, Meek Mill, Big Sean. This was a middle school song if I've ever heard one. And then number 5, we just close it out strong. Hey Mama, Kanye West. Another jam. Great times, good times. And now we get to the new tradition of the play-out song, One of Mine. All right, so what I want you to do, though, before I do that, I want you to go down in the description, follow everything, subscribe, like, do all that good shit, press every button you see. You feel me? I feel me. All right, good times. Thank you again for listening to this little half-hour podcast. Good times. Hopefully not bad times. All right. The song for this week is called Supersonic.